Near Mint Condition, the home of collected editions.
That cover's so awesome.
This is Mr. Chris Claremont, a legend.
Melanie goes,
Tired.
how's it going, all you mentees? Uncanny Omar here from Near Mint Condition, the home of collected editions. And here is your last week reminder of all the collected editions coming out the week of March 27th or 28th, depending on where you get your books. So let's go ahead and check out the list. From Marvel Comics, we have Daredevil by Ed Brubaker and Michael Lark, Omnibus Volume 2, and both covers are available the same day. This collects Daredevil 106 to 119 and the 500th issue, or the 500th issue, rather, Daredevil Annual Number 1, and Daredevil Blood of Tarantula one-shot. The book has 472 pages, retails for $75. Deadpool versus Wolverine, it's like, everybody knew that Wolverine was going to be in the Deadpool movie. Collecting Wolverine 88, 154 to 155, Deadpool 27, Cable and Deadpool 43 to 44, Wolverine Origins 21 through 25, Wolverine Deadpool the Decoy, material from Wolverine Annuals 99 and 95. 336 pages, $39.99. Ghost Rider Volume 4, Rite of Passage, is coming out. Benjamin Percy continuing writing this series. Collecting Ghost Rider 18 through 19, issue number 20 and 21. Ghost Rider Annual Number 1, 128 pages, $17.99. Immortal X-Men by Kieran Gillen, Volume 4. Lucas Wernick is the artist on this. Mark Brooks doing the covers, but Kieran Gillen is writing it. And collecting Immortal X-Men 14 through 18. Jeff Loeb and Tim Sell, Hulk Gallery Edition, is coming out that very same week. Collecting Hulk Gray 1 through 6. Tim Sell with Jeff Loeb. Both covers available the same day. Marvel Masterworks, The Uncanny X-Men Volume 16. Collecting issues 232 to 243. X-Men Annuals 12. And X Factor 37 through 39. So what we're looking at here is the Inferno saga of X-Men. If you haven't had a chance to read it in omnibus and trade paperback format, it is now coming out in a Marvel Masterworks with fully restored artwork for the first time. Chris Claremont, Louise Simonson, Walter Simonson, and of course the legendary Mark Silvestri. Spider-Girl Modern Era Collection Legacy, collecting What If 105, Spider-Girl 1 through 15, the half issue and annual 99. 456 pages, $44.99. This has been collected before in a complete collection, but now it is coming out as a Modern Era Epic Collection. Star Wars Dark Droids, coming out that same week by Charles Soules and Luke Ross, continuing the Dark Droids event, but this actually is the Star Wars Dark Droids 5-issue miniseries. $24.99 and 128 pages. And Ultimate Invasion is coming out. This is the Jonathan Hickman book. So collecting Ultimate Invasion 1 through 4. I think Ultimate Secret was supposed to be in there at one time. So maybe they're doing something a little bit different with the mapping. $24.99, 192 pages. Brian Hitch is the artist on that. Wolverine Epic Collection, The Return of Weapon X. And this one here has the Frank Terry era of Wolverine, but also the Matt Nixon era with Sean Chen on artwork, collecting Wolverine 159 to 172, Wolverine 2000 and 2001 annual. And I happen to be a big fan of this era. I like Frank Terry's work on Wolverine. He went on to do the Weapon X ongoing series, which I think is completely underrated, but I guess not so much since they got an omnibus. Wonder Man, the Saga of Simon Williams, collecting Avengers 9, 152 to 153. Wonder Man number 1 tells of the Marvel's Wonder Years 1 and 2, Avengers 2, Wonder Man and the Beast 1 through 3, Wonder Man 1 through 5, the 2006 miniseries, and Avengers Annual Number 6. From the world of DC Comics, we're getting Absolute Luthor and Joker, the 2024 edition, collecting Lex Luthor, Man of Steel 1 through 5, and then the Joker original graphic novel by Brian Azzarello and Lee Bermejo. Batman Superman World's Finest, Volume 1, The Devil Neza. This is, of course, collecting the first 5 issues, and Detective Comics 1050. That leads into those 5 issues by Mark Waid and Dan Mora, available now in trade paperback. $17.99, 160 pages. Birds of Prey, the Progeny, is coming out. $29.99, 304 pages. And this is those missing issues of the Birds of Prey that we've been hoping that DC didn't forget, and I'm so glad someone remembered at DC Comics. And we are also getting the Deathstroke Incorporated Volume 2, Year 1, coming out in trade paperback format, as well as the I Am Batman Volume 2, Welcome to New York. And this is collecting I Am Batman 6 through 10. JL Ape, the complete collection of book that I never thought we'd see printed, but here we are, reprinting the entire crossover from the Legends of the DC Universe 19, JLA Annual 3, Batman Annual 23, Aquaman Annual 5, Wonder Woman Annual 8, The Flash Annual 12, Superman Annual 11, Green Lantern Annual 8, and Martian Manhunter Annual number 2. And the book is 352 pages, $29.99. And also coming out that week is Naomi Season 2, and finally coming out in a trade paperback format. It's been available before in hardcovers. Kicking off Image Comics, we have Creepshow Volume 2. You have stories in here from Phil Hester, Garth Ennis, Dan Waters, Zoe Thorogood, Nick Dragotta, Michael Walsh, collecting Creepshow Volume 2, 1 through 5. They're an anthology horror series. I love the first one. Coming out March 27, $14.99 for that particular book. We're getting the Invincible, again, knock on wood, hopefully this will be out. The Invincible Complete Library, hardcover Volume 2, collecting 25 through 47. This is, of course, the reprint, $125. And the Volume 5. These were, I think, originally supposed to be out in December, so knock on wood. And the first printing of Volume 5 of the Complete Library is limited to 5,000 copies, collecting issues 97 through 120 of Invincible, and it is also $125. Now, these are those big books that, they're bigger than the deluxe editions. They're kind of like the Spawn library edition books. So if you're interested in big books, limited editions, like limited to 5,000, that might be the book for you. We're also getting Rogue Sun Volume 3, collecting issues 13 through 18. This is all part of the Massiveverse universe. So it's Ryan Parrott and Marco Rena working on that particular title. Sex Criminals is getting a complete edition, trade paperback. And what's interesting is that it's not called it's a ridiculous cover. It's not called a compendium. I don't know why. So this collects Sex Criminals 1 through 30 and the original one-shot special issue number 69. Matt Fraction and Chip Zdarsky. And Chip is the artist on the book. Tales of Suspense Volume 1 is coming out that very same week. And that suspense, keep in mind, is spelled differently. It is SYZ. Pence. This is by T.P. Louise, Ashley Wood, and Chris Ryle. And this is collecting all 4 issues of the series, $15. Oh, I'm sorry, the first 4 issues of the series, $15.99. From the world of Dark Horse Comics, we're getting the Tomahawk Girl, or Tomahawk Angel Volume 2 by Chris Robinson, an original Tapa series, and now available in a physical format, as well as Usagi Yojimbo Saga Legends, the 2nd edition. So this collects one of my favorite Usagi Yojimbo stories, the Usagi Yojimbo Senso, the color one-shot Yokai, and the short stories Under the Same Sky, Hair Today and Hair Tomorrow, and the color Gagged. This is $29.99, 560 pages. From the world of Boom Studios, we are getting Berserker Bloodlines, Volume 1, Steve Scrooge. Love when that guy comes back to comics, but I guess it kind of makes sense since he did the storyboard for Matrix, and Berserker It's that Keanu Reeves, kind of looks like Keanu Reeves, but also Mattson Tomlin and Rebecca Isaacs. This collects Poetry of Madness 1 and Berserker Fallen Empire 1, $19.99. And Garfield Full Course Volume 2, collecting Garfield 9 through 16, $16.99. That one, actually, both of those are trade paperbacks. From the world of IDW, we're getting Bryn Mawr by Steve Niles and Damian Worm. Steve Niles, of course, the gentleman that did the 30 Days of Night, and is a new horror story. $17.99, 136 pages. For Better or Worse, The Complete Library, Volume 8. Buddy Curtis has been doing the color restoration on these for years, and this is collecting the comic strips from May 4th, 2003 to July 29th, 2006. So $49.99, 512 pages. We're also getting Star Trek, The Motion Picture Echoes. Mark Guggenheim is working on this book, and this is 136 pages. It is a trade paperback for $19.99. From the world of Dynamite, we're getting Betty Page, La Dolce Vita, Mirka Andolfo and Luca Blanchio working on this book with Elisa Ferrari, and $17.99. I really like that cover. Very, very classy. And Brandon Sanderson's White Sand Omnibus is coming out that very same week. And that has been delayed, and it's been rescheduled, so I'm knock on wood, it will come out. Disney Villains Maleficent is coming out in a hardcover and trade paperback format by Sue Lee and Jay Lee doing that cover. If you haven't been reading these Disney villain books, like the Scar and Hades, my wife's the one that got me into Hades. They're so good. And I haven't had a chance to read Maleficent, but let me know in the comments down below if you have read Maleficent. Let me know how it is. Empowered Volume 12 is coming out that very same week, as well as The Gargoyles. Again, one that I've announced before. Hopefully they'll come out, but I always like to tell people, sometimes things change. So both the hardcover and the trade paperback are due out the same week. And the Weaver Omnibus coming out that very same week from Dynamite. As far as manga, we're getting the Fist of the North Star hardcover volume 12. Man, they are just... okay, first of all, I'm just glad they are just cranking those out. I love Fist of the North Star, so it makes me happy they're still coming out with them. Get Schooled volume 2 is coming out that very same week, and that is being published by the folks at Ablaze Publishing. Grace Rosa is coming out that same week from Titan Comics, and that is by Himuro, both the artist and writer, so the mangaka on that particular book. Finally, after a long hiatus, and I mean a long hiatus, we are getting Oh My Goddess Omnibus Volume 7 coming out that week. Love it. Hopefully that will be a deluxe hardcover edition one day, but who knows? Here's hoping. I mean, we've got a lot of manga that has been released in hardcover format. And Terror Man is coming out that very same week, Volume 2, from Ablaze Studios. Now, as far as other studios, we are getting Sisters 3 in 1, Volume 2, coming out that week. And we're also getting the Viscera Objectica by Silver Sprocket. This is by Hugo Limbo. And Anna is coming out in a trade paperback format that is from Fantagraphics, as well as the Asgardians hardcover and trade paperback edition. And Volume 1, this is Odin. We're also getting the Betty and Veronica Decades, the 1970. So this is by Archie Comics publication. And by various creators, jump back to the Bronze Age with America's Sweetheart, Betty Cooper and Veronica Lodge. I used to read so much of that. Bloodborne, Bleak Dominion, coming out that week. And that is being published by the folks at Titan Comics. There is a direct market cover, and then your regular edition cover that week. Classic Illustrated, Black Arrow is coming out that very same week. And that is by the Classic Illustrated Publishing Company. Con and On is coming out from Ahoy Comics that week, and that is by Paul Cornell and Marika Cresta. Big fan of Paul Cornell. Dusk is coming out in trade paperback format, and that is by Scout Comics. Alex Segura, Elizabeth Little, and David Hahn working on that book, $24.99. The Essential Rogue Trooper Genetic Infantryman is coming out from the folks at Rebellion 2000 AD. Jerry Finley Day, Colin Wilson, and Cam Kennedy, $28.99. Evil Eyes C is coming out that week from Uncivilized Books, as well as the Hellstorm Hyde Manor hardcover coming out that very same week. Gannibal Volume 1 is coming out in a trade paperback format from Ablaze Studios, as well as How War Begins. Now that is being published by the folks at Fantagraphics, and that is by Igort. $29.99 is the retail price of that book. The King of Moths is coming out in a trade paperback format. And also that very same week, we're getting Last Queen in a trade paperback format. And The Madness is coming out, Volume 1, that is being published by AWA. Michael Straczynski is the writer, David Lorenzo is the artist, $17.99. I had no idea JMS was working on any comics at AWA, but hell, that's freaking awesome. The Marvel Art of Alex Maleev is coming out, again from Clover Press, but keep in mind it could be delayed. Mighty Barbarians is coming out that very same week, and that is being published by the folks at Ablaze Studios, but Michael Morecci is working on that. Big fan of that guy. He's doing the Barbarics, makes sense. And Night Eaters, the softcover PX edition is coming out from Abrams Books. That is, of course, by Marjorie Liu and Sana Takeda. And we're also getting the Ninjak Super Killers coming out in a hardcover format from the folks at Valiant Comics and Alien Books. Safer Places is coming out in a trade paperback format from Avery Hill Publishing. And we're also getting the Street Fighter Masters Volume 1, Fight to Win. And that is, of course, being published by the folks at Udon Studios. Cannot wait for that. Walt Disney's Mickey Mouse, Volume 23, The Riddle of Brigaboom, Disney Masters, hardcover edition. I've been getting need to catch up on the box sets. I just picked a couple of them up, so you'll be seeing those in my next haul video. And Ciro Calcares' Armadillo Prophecy is coming out that very same week. And that is being published by the folks over at Ablaze Publishing. This episode is brought to you by cheapgraphicnovels.com, your online home for graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off cover price. They have excellent shipping and prompt and helpful service. Check out their bargain deals for up to 90% off cover price. And don't forget that CGN also takes pre-orders. That way you don't miss out on the hottest releases. And they are currently running a special promotion for you Minties. If you're a first-time customer, after receiving your order confirmation email, reply back to that email and let them know Near Mint Condition sent you their way. They will then apply a free shipping promotional credit to your next order in the US. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discount, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more.
If you're in Europe and you're interested in buying these books, definitely check out Walt's Comic Shop in Berlin, Germany. They have the cheapest pre-order prices, flat shipping rate of €12 for all EU countries, emails answered within 24 hours, waltscomicshop.com, and you can use the code NEARMINTCONDITION at checkout and get free shipping for all EU countries with your first order over €40. That's Walt's Comic Shop, your reliable source for omnis and premium collected editions in Europe. Ding!
Again, a big thank you to Dom of X for putting all this together. My gosh, you're a beast, my friend. Thank you so much. Seriously, I couldn't do this without you. Couldn't be doing this without any of you that are watching and smashing that like button and sharing the video. Let me know in the comments down below what you're most excited for. Don't forget to come back Sunday where I'm going to be talking about my top 10 essential or must-reads for the month of March of 2024. Also check out Patreon. That's where I'll be putting the written documentation of this particular video. But that's it, everybody. Stay healthy and safe out there. Much love.